All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's form building webinar. My name is Nick, and I'll be walking us through the builder today. And today we'll be talking about the images and uploads section in the builder, and we'll be going through each one of those widgets and what you can do with them. If you do have any questions as we go along, please keep those on hand. I will be opening up that chat toward the end of the webinar, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have or go back over any information if necessary. But let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll be working off of our FormDr training packet today. So we will come down to our My Forms page, click the three dots on the right side of that packet and edit forms. I have already set up a tab for us to work on today, but all I have done is just add a scratch tab, as it will be a blank area for us to build on during this webinar. So we have this set up. We'll just go next to build, and that will take us into the builder. And from here, we can go ahead and add or remove any elements on our form. But today we'll be talking again about the images and upload section here, the image, drawing, card photo upload, and upload file widgets. And you'll be able to use these widgets just to you'll pretty up your form a little bit, or if you are collecting any information from your patients, whether that be photos or images, you can use that card photo upload. Or if you are collecting any text-based files that might be multiple pages, such as a PDF or a Word document or something like that, you can use that upload file button or upload file widget to collect that from the patient as well. But we'll start with the image widget today. Actually, do apologize. Give me. Oh, no, never mind. And the image widget is just going to be an image. The patient won't be able to interact with this at all. But if you are putting a logo at the top of each page in your form or something like that, then you will want to use the image widget. And again, it's just an image. So we could open this up, put that FormDr logo in there, and have that at the top of each of our tabs. We only have one tab on this page, but maybe we go back to add and we add a second scratch tab. We'll just title it scratch. We'll go back to our builder, and then we could go ahead and open this back up by hovering over that element, clicking that nearest orange pencil icon. We'll open it up for editing. And just to talk about what you'll have available in terms of this widget, you will be able to just click on that browse button to upload another image instead. You can update the alignment of it as well. The size, if you wish to change that, can be changed with this drop down. It will default to small, but you can make it tiny or big, or even if you want it to take up the full width of the area that it's set to, which it's not in any column or anything right now, so it will take up the full width of that form if we set that to full width. You can also use the move tool to move this element. All individual elements will have this functionality as well, but we can move it back and forth between tabs if we wanted to. Just make sure to click that move button to activate that function. And then the image widget will also have the hide on print and hide from user toggles available as well. Hide on print will omit this element whenever this form is printed out, whether that be a blank PDF or what have you. And then hide from user is going to omit this anytime the patient is sent the form. So typically hide from user, this toggle will be used for staff only information or signatures that you don't want the patient to fill out by accident. It's always a doctor's signature or something where they just on autopilot and they'll be signing everything. So you can use that hide from user function to hide that element from the patient, and they won't even see it. And it will still be there on that submission for you in the admin and when it comes back to you. But we'll go ahead and turn that off. But this is the image widget. You can also just delete from here or duplicate this, and it will automatically duplicate whatever image has been uploaded. And then from here, we can move one of these to our scratch tab if you wanted to have this image on or at the top of each form. You could just upload it one time and then duplicate that out to however many tabs you have, and then just use that move tool for each individual one. We can move that over to our scratch tab. All moved elements will be added to the bottom of that tab, but at that point you can just click and drag to its position. If you do have a long way to go, you can use your scroll wheel to go up or down on that page, or you could just use the arrows on the left side near that orange pencil icon, up or down. All right. Oh, actually, let me pull this up real quick. I do apologize. Give me just one moment. All right, we're going to talk about the drawing widget next. And the drawing widget is just going to give you an opportunity to upload any body images or diagrams, excuse me, any body images or diagrams or anything like that that you might want to upload to allow the patient to draw on to demonstrate where they might be feeling pain or anything like that. You can also require this widget as well, but it will also have that hide on print and hide from user toggle available. We can update the title here if we wanted to, please draw where your pain is, or something like that. And then from here, you can make this widget conditional as well. So if we toggle on the conditional functionality for this widget, as soon as whatever has been uploaded has been drawn on or filled out, then it would be able to be presented with conditional fields or extra questions as well. If it's not completed, then they won't be presented with that information. This can also have the sizing drop, or this will also have the sizing drop down that can also go all the way up to full width if you want that image to be much larger. But we can go ahead and upload our image here, our pain image, and then we can update the size of that widget. If we did want that to take up the full width of the area that it's been given, we can turn it to full width. We'll just turn this to big for now. And we'll go next to style. The style page is always going to be a live preview of your form. So if we click that next to style button, we can then see the form the way the patient would see it and interact with it the same way. And all that to say means that we can fill out these questions or draw on our image. And if you do have any required tags or conditional information, those will be activated as well. So if we click past our required field, then we will have the red outlines indicating that we need to fill that information out. If the patient's on a computer or a laptop or something like that, they can use their mouse to use this widget. If they're on a mobile device or a tablet, they can use their finger or a stylus to draw on this widget instead. But they can make as many marks as they need. If they need to clear the drawing and start over, they can do so. If they got the wrong hand or something like that. But there you go. We'll go back to build. And these two images, the image and the drawing, will be very similar to one another outside of the conditional functionality and the interactability. But they will both function the same way, just uploading an image file. It does need to be an image file, so it would need to be a JPEG or a PNG or something like that, but it will accept any image file, and then you'll be able to resize that accordingly. Going down to the card photo upload widget, this is going to be the one that will allow you to collect information from a patient. If they are on a computer for this one, it will allow them to upload an image file. This, very much like the drawing widget, will require an image file. It will not accept PDFs or Word documents or anything like that. So it will, again, need to be a JPEG or a PNG or some kind of image file like that. Whenever we hover over the card photo upload, we can click on that orange pencil icon. We will have a required toggle, so we can require this field to be completed before the patient submits. We'll also have an align toggle. All added elements will align left by default, except for that drawing unless it's full width. And then we can uncheck that align left toggle if we want that information to be displayed on the right instead. But again, it will be aligned left by default. And then, of course, the hide on print and hide from user toggles, as we touched on earlier. But from here, we could change the title of this to upload insurance card or something. And from here, if you only need one image, you can toggle on only one image, and it will only require them to upload one. If you do want the front and back of the card, which is typically the use for this, then you can just leave that on, as it will default to 2 images whenever you place it. And from here, if we go to the style page again, live preview of our form, so we could fill out all of our information and upload our images. We'll go ahead and upload the FormDr logo again. Oh, this will need to be done on a live form. Apologies. We'll get to that in just a moment. But before we get to the demonstration of the upload insurance, I'm also going to talk about the upload file, and we can do both of these at the same time. But we'll go ahead and place an upload file widget. Now, these will look very similar. They will function completely differently. Again, the the card photo upload widget, which we are using for our upload insurance card question, is only going to be compatible with image files. However, the upload file widget is going to be what you're going to use to collect any PDFs, Word documents, zip files, whatever the case may be. This will have the required align and hide toggles available. Other than that, you'll only be able to change that title that will default to upload file. So maybe this is upload medications or something. And then from here, the patient will be able to upload any file type, as this widget will collect all of those. We'll go ahead and publish this form so we can take a look at these on the live version. We'll go next to publish, save our packet title, and back to account. Back to the My Forms page, and we will click that public link of our FormDr training packet. And we'll take a look at the live version. So we could fill out our form, our hands and feet are hurting, and then we can upload our information. So we could upload both of our images. And you'll also be able to view this information by clicking on the view front or the view back links once something has been uploaded. This will look exactly the same on the send and receive page, which actually, let's see if we can. All right, so we've populated a submission by entering our name and advancing one tab. But we can look on that submission because that information will be autosaved since we did advance a tab. And we could click on that view front. You'll be able to view the information that was uploaded by the patient. You can even download that submission, or download that uploaded file out if you need to store that separately. And then if you need to remove that from the submission, you can do so. Or if you need to remove this to upload something else instead, you can absolutely do so. If we go back to our little test submission here, the upload file will prompt them again to upload a document. This one will not allow them to use their camera to upload, as it will ask for a file of some kind, but we could just upload that body image again just to show you that it will accept those image files. And then this one is going to look a little bit differently, as it will say download file instead of view. But if we go ahead and we'll submit this so we can get our export, go back to our send and receive page and refresh that. Our submission has now been completed as indicated by that blue background. We can open that up, and then we can see what the patient has uploaded. So we can view the information that has been uploaded into our card photo upload widget, or if we are collecting other file types, you will have the opportunity to download that out and store it separately. So you won't be able to pull this up as a preview or a view. You'll just need to download this to store that separately or with the patient file. And again, if you do need to download this and then store it in a patient file or a specific patient file, you can always just upload that as a file or image here directly into the patient record. And then also, whenever you are printing these out, just to show you how they will look differently, that card photo upload widget will be displayed in the printed form. And since we have uploaded an, never mind. The upload file question won't be shown on that printout because you'll only be able to download that out, but those will be the differences there. So if you are wanting that uploaded information to be displayed on that printed submission or that exported submission, you'll want to use the the card photo upload widget to collect that information. However, you will need to ensure that the patient is uploading an image file so that you'll be able to have this displayed properly. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the builder. We'll also open up that chat just in case we do have any questions or if I can go back over anything. So the chat is open. If you do have any, please feel free to get those in. As I know we are winding towards the end a little bit here. Build. All right. And again, if you do need multiple of these widgets, you can always just set one up the way you need, or just set down the default style as well, and then duplicate that to as many times as you need. So, maybe if it's required, it's not aligned, and it's hidden from the user. I don't know why it would be, but maybe we'll just do hide on print instead. And then only one image instead. And then you don't want to have to go through and toggle all of those for each one. You can just duplicate this and it will save those settings. So each one will be required, hidden on print, and only one image. Each one of these each one that you duplicate will generate a brand new shortcode. This may not necessarily be on topic for this one. However, you can also auto-populate these widgets as well. Any widget that has the same randomized shortcode as another will act as one. So if we were to copy and paste this shortcode into our one at the bottom, and then we'll get rid of, we'll leave that one different. And then let's go ahead and publish again. You'll be able to see that we could, on our first one, which won't be connected, we could upload, our FormDr logo here. And then for our other two, these will act as one. So we could do the other logo. And once it's uploaded into one of those, since they are sharing that same shortcode, they are acting as the same widget, just in different locations. They just happen to be right above and below one another at the moment. But we can then view that uploaded image here, view that same uploaded image in the other widget. So you could feasibly have these widgets on multiple pages within that packet if you needed those to be displayed, and then just autofill them into one another so the patient only needs to upload that information one time rather than uploading the same image on 5 or 6 different tabs. You could just autofill those over into each different tab, and once the patient uploads that the first time, they'll all be filled out. They'll all be ready to go as soon as the patient gets to those tabs. They'll already be done. All right. And the same will go for the other widgets in the builder. As I mentioned, if they share the same shortcode, and we do have another webinar strictly on these things, on auto population and stuff like that. But as long as they share that same shortcode, any widget that does share the same shortcode will act as the same. So you could also do this with the drawing, or with the names, or even the uploaded medications in this case. All right, but that will be the image and upload section, and that will conclude this webinar. Doesn't look like we have any questions today. Just as a reminder, we do host these form building webinars every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we host onboarding webinars where we go through general use of the account, updating admin information, sending forms to patients, managing those submissions once they come back to you, things like that. Those will be held again Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And if you would like to keep up with our schedule for the form building webinars, you can do so by going to My Account, Support, Search Guide, and it will be found in the FormDr Updates section of our guide. This will have our webinar schedule. We have not posted the April one yet, however, we will have that posted shortly. And we'll be going over editing existing forms in the next series. Each month we're doing a different series. The February was building forms, building out a packet. This month was going over each of the elements in the builder. And if there are any, and once this may not be applicable to this specific week, but if there are any that you would like to be in attendance for or are interested in that information, however, they're coming up and for whatever reason you won't be able to attend, don't worry, we will be posting the recordings of those webinars, and once we have posted them, we'll update the title here to say posted. Click here, which will take you directly to our YouTube channel, and we'll have some timestamps as well as to what we're going over in that webinar at that specific time. So if you do miss one, or if you're not going to be able to make one, don't worry about that. You will be able to access that information after the fact, and you can go in and check out our February webinar postings as well if you would like to keep up with what we had gone over in that series. But thank you very much for joining us today. These are all free, so if you do have any coworkers or anybody that you would like to learn this information, or if they're interested in learning this information, please feel free to send them our way. And please feel free to join us as often as you like. We do encourage everybody to join these webinars until they are comfortable with the product. But thank you again for joining us today, and hope to see you again soon. See you next time for the next webinar.